goes down, dude. And like you say, you know, being like the G2 Oprah Winfrey right now. You get some VRS. You get some VRS. Dishing them out. Got to stop that. Got to tighten up the ship. Lock it down right here, right now. And that's what we're going to be witnessing. So make sure you're in attendance. Let us know if you're here today. Strap in, because one of these two teams is going home come the end of this BO3. G2 taking on Fluxo. We kick it off on the first map here of Ancient with a CT side start for G2, and Fluxo on the move with a quicker pace setup outside of B.
Let's see how far they can get through the cave. All the way in, SunPayus doubling up on site, and it looks like Matt is trying to be the point man over towards long, but he'll be smoked off in the meanwhile. Heavy God just trying to make sure no one's pumping through those smokes on the ramp side, and the shots look good until they don't. Heavy God only able to snag one away, and the numbers favoring Fluxo in the post.
Nade into the back. Limited damage, not really anywhere near as much as I was expecting. Bit harder now for the G2 side to find many opportunities. Peek back out from Mobs is good, but it's met on the re-peek from Zevi, and suddenly it's only Hunter. He took damage on the initial peak round as well, so it's not looking too good. Back's going to be spotted potentially by Art here. Suspicious of it, taps the bomb, trying to draw in that peak. Delayed face, and it delivers.
Okay.
There we go.
We're not getting monkey noises, but we are getting some deep roars real early. Fluxo, knowing if they can shake the confidence of G2 early, they should be able to set them up for a map win. Only a map choice.
Dude, it was working yesterday, you know, it was one of those big factors, right? Just as soon as people started to pipe up, MPL even, dropping a finger on them, it was getting under G2's skin a little bit. It's an early pistol round. It's one you can afford to celebrate on. So we'll see where it goes from here.
He'll take it for sure. Util just getting tossed around, and the B site looking to be priority. It's Fluxo. I'm just trying to feel out what the CTs are bringing into this one. Heavy God spotted towards long. That is eyes on the cave side. In comes that utility. Matters flash at the ready, just to counter a ramp pop. And with the first phase of util gone, Fluxo not committing. And we'll have to play contact somewhere else across the map. There's no smokes here to play with. It's just flashes. It's sort of a weird recipe. And I'm not sure if it's one for success, because they're going to be walking into Malbs with a dig in hand, who will block them as well with 40 seconds. But the bomb's still here at B, and this block has drawn a full rotation from G2. It's a bad call. B site open for the taking.
Oh, mate. It's worked perfectly. The gigantic rotate, the entire team giving up their positions towards the B site. You sneak the plant off the back of it. Good delay tactics with the Mac as well. Art finding that one pick. Ooh, down towards spawn. Good reaction from Hunter. 5-7 sings for one. Just want to try and defend them from getting this AK back in their palms as well. But overall, nicely flown round here. Looking good.
Shifting the weapons around. Zevi going to be able to grasp the AK across to the third. And look, you understand the theory of what G2 are bringing in there, of course. Just thinking if it was that A-site hit, having 5 there could have easily warranted them a bit of an upset in the second. But they didn't know that there was still 3 cheeky lurkers over towards that B-site. And I think with that, and moving into what should be another half by force-ish thing going through for G2, it's time for roll call, Jackie.
Have you got the register with you, mate? Do you have it prepared?
I do. I brought it. I'm ready today.
All right, good. Just so we can make sure we know exactly who's been here. Now, class, if you could please let us know you're in attendance. We want to make sure, because obviously this is a big fixture, Max. If they miss this, you know, that's going to be some points off the end of the report, I believe. I don't feel like it's acceptable to not be here today.
I don't think that Principal Stunner is going to be happy about that at all.
No.
He'll have some wise words to send you away. So please let us know. And also, I'm still angry at XKY1111 for being absent the other day. Make sure you're not absent. Do not type that in chat. Or there will be words.
Yeah, he really let us down, Mac. And I feel like, you know, it's going to be quite a few Pro League days before we forgive him for that one.
Stage 1. Not too many days left to have those words, though. Today, our last day, and then it's just only 3 games remaining tomorrow. So a short show for everyone at home. Oh. Maybe a short round here for Fluxo if they keep walking into Mattis. Managing to grab that AK, and the round turned on its head. 30 seconds. Smoke starting to dissipate over towards the B site, but the bomb is there with 3 CTs surrounding Desenchi. Towards the top of ramp here, hoping that he can maybe make some magic out of this one, but with that smoke fading on the vent, now's the time to go.
Oh, it's even better. First one was nice. Second shot's a great adjustment. Fluxo lighting it up. It's awkward inside the smoke though. A bit of panic. Everyone's running past one another inside of the cave. Mattis trying to make sense of this muddled up situation and gets a bullet to the brain. Oh, he goes mental as well. He's fired up. What a weird round.
What has just happened? And how have Fluxo managed to get away with that one? Art with the package, delivering it to site just in the nick of time to plant. Oh, that was awkward, and Mattis not going to be happy about how this one's played out. Huge couple of kills out of Lakauzi, as well as Desenchi making his way up ramp. G2 all in the right positions, but they just couldn't get the trade game going.
What a weird one. All right, we'll forget about that. Glad to see everyone's in attendance as well. And Fluxo certainly are. They've been getting A-star report cards so far. They want another one here. Trying to find a pathway in, but Malbs denies it on the first contact. It's a good pick back from Arts AK, but they're looking to swarm on in. Swing from Hunter. Zevi under pressure now with the AWP Mac.
Oh. I'm going to be able to slice the 2 remaining CTs in half. Mattis, though, the trade game's good this time. But how's his clutch? That's the question that everyone's asking. And you guys at home as well. Need to send that quiz in. Does Mattis win this one? Does he even make it anywhere near that B site? Or is it just the AWP that he's after?
Just a cheeky save. You want to try like one word cast this save, Mac? We'll go one word after another. You ready?
All right, let's crack it.
Mattis.
Is
saving
the
AWP
around
here.
Terrorists win.
Lighting.
Ambience.
Beautiful.
Team.
I think that went pretty well.
That was 3 words, but yeah, I think you're right. We'll workshop that, mate. We can refine that a little bit, you know. We'll develop on that one as it goes, but not bad for a save. Timeout called in, though. G2 using their first. Here we go. Let's see if they can saw this one back to where it should be.
Being the first series of the day, I thought we'd be able to like warm up into it and, you know, treat it with like a happier tone. But I think that's hard given the situation that we have to witness, or that we are currently in the midst of witnessing.
Yeah, the scenes going down before us are a bit of a contrast.
Yeah. Just wanted a nice morning, but it's raining. My clothes are wet. G2's 4-0 down straight away. And the underdogs continue their tirade here at ESL Pro League. SunPayus down, mollied into a fight with no one there to trade. Heavy God with a D at close range. has been known to be fatal, but that molly again going to force him to fight and run on site. Oh, somehow he's alive. Division denied, and Fluxo coming in through the smoke. They can't see a thing, but Kai's found a double. That's kind of ridiculous.
Mate, it's not just kind of ridiculous. It's absolutely funky. They're just hitting everything. Again, it's another weird one to watch, bro. Like, it just rolls over. Everyone just dies in a matter of seconds. They had some good fights. Where's G2 back? Where they at? They ain't woke up.
I think Saw's wise words are needed right now. Look at Mattis. I don't think he's looked so dejected this whole week so far. Hunter as well. The look on his face is telling us a story. And it's not a nice one right now. But yeah, things need to get figured out quick, smart, because this A site, or B site rather, just seems to be getting abused by Fluxo.
Yeah, you kind of been getting owned right now. Need an answer to it, but Fluxo just can do no wrong. They got 2 scopes as well, so both of these AWPs out to play with, keeping you guessing on their T-side endeavor. Heavy got towards the backside, could peek into Art. Flashbang's perfect for it, so he'll get across and stay alive. You're playing a slower round on it as well, expecting G2 to start pushing some of the extremities a little bit more now. So left bomb in spawn. Oh, what is that? He finds the head on the walk up towards ramp. Ratio's SunPayus. Mona Lisa maneuvers. I'm in Louvre with the AWP picks, but let's see if they'll get more. Rifle's good for the back tap. Heavy gone, more like Heavy God, as he's out of the server. And they get themselves map control all over the shop. They just can't find a pick, Mac.
Nothing's working. Like, who in the world brings a double AWP to the T side of Ancient and then just makes it look like this? This is wild. This is actually incredible gameplay out of Fluxo. And G2 getting exposed. Mattis trying to do it all in the 1v5, but given nothing. Easiest trades of their lives, and Fluxo 6-0 to start the series.
This is shenanigans. They're just running away with it. Like G2 looking like they were, you know, late into that series yesterday versus Bait. You remember when it all got a bit too much and the mental game felt like it snapped, kinda? It's like that, dude. Actually, it is that all over again. Look, it's the same play. The XM10's back. All right, SunPayus, give me the Sun Pappy cam. He's got it. Big Papa Pump in his hands. He's waiting for the play. You got to hit that head. Oh, it's all gone.
I think his shadow just barely seen before he jumped up there on the candles. Though, one of the most aggressive to ever do it will be just trying to create the extra space, and Desenchi coming through on the trade game. Is thinning the numbers here on A. Bomb looking to make its way out. Desenchi with huge space towards that CT spawn. And the molly as well is looking to filter the CTs off the back of sight. And Desenchi in the perfect position to flank up the Storm. However, Hunter crosshair in the right position this time. Lakowski taking him out. And Hunter doing what he can to try to save this eco. Madison a 1v2. Just still trying to find that second player and where he's coming from. But little does he know, they're both just out on the A side here.
It's kind of like watching a game of Counter-Strike in a dream. You know, like if you tried to run, you just can't. You're just really slow and heavy. It's wild, bro. Weird game. Mattis in a weird round. Just trying to figure it out. He's got the grey gears turning as he walks out on CT, but he might have his brain splattered on the wall before that thought can process. Kyle find him, and it's done.
Is this the result we're seeing of this team-selected seeding, where instead of G2, I don't think G2 were going to be at the top, but because of the team-selected seeding, they got put there. So they're against like all the bottom seed teams, no matter what part of the stage that we're in. And there's this concept that people are talking about, right, where sometimes online CS is, especially a lot of these qualifiers with the different brands and styles that these tier 2 teams and stuff are bringing in is always adapting, always changing. Is this one of those scenarios where G2 just aren't able to play sub-tier Counter-Strike? And all these teams that are bringing in, you know, different things that they're not used to are just constantly catching them off guard and reading them a little better? It makes G2 just look a little lost.
Maybe, dude. It would just caught me off guard when you said G2 can't play sub-tier Counter-Strike. But I suppose we'll just, you know, see what they can do here, if they can remedy it. Because right now it looks like they kind of are. They're 0-7 down, Mac. They're not finding too much to get the things rolling here, and it's looking scary, dude. Like, yeah I don't know. I get what you mean. I get what you mean from the realistic side. Like, it catches you off guard. If
teams are playing perfect Counter-Strike and you're a professional and that's what you're used to, then things you do would make sense to try to counter that. But then the things you're doing might just end up looking silly against teams that are doing different things to what you're used to.
No, it's one of those where at least, like, normally, sort of, you know, tier 2 sort of into tier 3, you grind so much. You do play some off-meta CS, and you can whip it out. It's usually, especially if you're not able to anti-strat them at all, right? You kind of, like, unsuspect it. It gives you that edge. But I don't know. I just think this event, especially, it's just not been hot. That's the difference. You put any opponent in front of them, it might be a different day, but the CS we've seen speaks for itself. Let's find out in this round if there's much more to be done for G2. This could finally be one on the board. It's all down to Art. Can he deny G2's first round with 5 seconds? No. SunPayus arrives to the server. 2 kills and a round for the boys.
They get it across the line. It was messy, but it's a round, and it's a good start. One's better than none, Jackie. I believe that's something that we can all agree on.
One's the most important number, realistically. So it's better than 0. You do more with it. That's kind of all the facts you need to know about 1. They're already starting to try and move on to 2. It's better because it's double 1. But right now it's only 1. But we're in the 9th round, and there's 1 minute and 35 seconds on the clock. And you've got 5 players on one of the 2 available teams. On the other team, there's 4. Kai is one of those players, but Kai is now dead. Remove that player. That's 3 left on the T side. Heavy God looking to make some maths here and keep dividing through Fluxo. Down on mid sides where it could all go wrong, though. Look at a question. Maubs waiting for that smoke. There's a nice little totem pole. Nade could be on target.
Timing in the mid push couldn't be better, especially with Descenti over towards this B site. Already in front of the smoke that G2 thinks may be blocking there, but with everyone falling, it's a clean one. And G2 finally figure out what they need to start getting a few rounds on the board. Oh.
Yeah, dude.
Feels like all they really needed to do is just sit back.
Yeah.
Maybe that was the answer the whole time.
Like, chill it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Hit those shots. I mean, they've got guns now as well. Like, you've upgraded, obviously, a couple key names that have got themselves AKs on CT side. So there is a little bit more firepower for it. But yeah, I think you're right. I mean, we saw that before. It does sort of, you know, go into a bit of a snowball if they tunnel vision. And then they can't sort of snap back out of it. So maybe a couple rounds here. Get to play CS a little bit in this actual matchup, right? Get the blood pumping. Could remedy things. It's a good lead so far, though. Fluxo with 7 in the bag. Only the 1 AWP. At least haven't had to bring out the double AWP innovative plays on the T side again.
All right, mid taken. Malbs looking to do it single-handedly, and unfortunately that means there's no one there to trade him if something goes wrong, and that kind of has. Lukowski happy to go toe-to-toe. It's one of the heavy hitters from G2. Ooh, and he's got that info on Hunter as well. Just jumping over and over. Zevi won't get himself another opportunity as Hunter reinforces the A site instead. 2-2 split for G2. And Fluxo, with the bomb at mid, are mostly positioned to try and go wherever they kind of want. blocked at Cave. Trying to force them into SunPayus' scope, who's ready for it. Shadow advantage. Posted on the right spot. Mattis getting a little ambitious. And is that how the cookie ends up crumbling?
It's footsteps for Heavy God. Here's the thunder footing of the T's in front of him, but on the peak, he's still able to snatch one. Bullet delivered on target to Art. And it forces the issue so much worse now for Fluxo. They know they've got to clear him out, but they're suspicious if he's recoiled into Deep K. Finds the headshot anyway on the clear. So it is still a 3 versus 2. 19 seconds on the clock. Need to make their minds up. You've got the walk out onto the A sites. They call for that rapid rotate. Knives out, get over there and get the plant down.
And that's just off the back of Decenti lurking in A main for what would have been 1 minute and 30 seconds before actually making a move out. And now with the man advantage. They are on the precipice of an 8th. And G2 trying to make it happen with the man down on the retake. Wikowski, close range. You'd almost back him there, but the readjustment slightly off. And now in the 2v2, there's info on Kai. With him falling is Decenti, who hasn't been seen all round, but now he has. And with the HE, the molly. Oh, is it enough to lock in another? I don't see a smoke there for the CTs. And he's played that one to perfection. 8 in the bag.
As if, dude. The outdoor barbecue's the difference of another one. A few little jabs there as well, with the yells coming out to celebrate. I mean, it looks closer than the rapid blitz of rounds we had initially to start this one off, but it's still a similar outcome. Fluxo finding chances. And there's not much left back. I mean, last 2 rounds of the first half here. G2 with their namesake. Only the 2 rounds. That's all they've been able to muster.
Another thing that we can say looks a slight bit different to what we've maybe been seeing over the previous days is Fluxo is winning all these rounds where their time is ticking right towards that 0 mark. And we've seen a lot of teams try to do it as well, but just let that time tick too far. And it's ended up being detrimental to a few moments. This time though, G2 fending off the mid aggression, the A aggression, but how about this B aggression? Because that's where the package is going. And G2 might once again have to try and play for the retake.
Yeah, forced into it. Damage done, at least on the initial contact. Mattis with 1. Oh, doubles up as well. This is looking better now for G2. 5 versus 1. It's all on Zevi. Man should be swarmed, tagged and bagged. They do give a peek onto Mattis that'll work out with at least 1 kill from that Galil. Oh, there we are though. The proper face. Everyone peeks together, overwhelm him with players and grab a 3rd round. Baby steps, but at the very least, they're making progress.
They don't look as dejected now after getting a few of those rounds.
That's true.
Like, you're seeing smiles, there's chatter. There's not just that silence and weird looks on faces that was there at the start of this map. Let's see what changes. G2 with the door smoke, which isn't going to be respected completely by Fluxo. They've just waited out the HEs, the mollies. And now it's space taking time. Is it just a pump into Mattis? Molly and Cave. Lots of Tech 9's going to be getting up in his grills. Art just trying to jump head down, but it's easy pickings and Mattis showing what he's capable of.
Yeah, really clean mechanically on that one, dude. Here we go. That's far better. The target range practice pays off at least in the last round, and it is an 8-4. Well, we get some of the reactions. Let's see what they got in store for us if they can keep this one going.
you only believe in me, I can show you a dream like we were free. If you want to believe, 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 just set you free.
Oh, Jackie. G2 hit with adversity once more. Let's all find out in the second half of Ancient if they can overcome Fluxo, or if it is just going to be going Fluxo stonks rising. Can they do it again for Brazil and keep another run of these Brazilian teams in the mix for the moment?
Yeah, do it for the region, do it for the boys, and keep the good times rolling. 4 rounds ahead, man. Fluxo making it look like a very real prospect up to this point. There was finally some resilience displayed from G2. It's a nice shot there from Heavy God, at least on the pistol, to do a bit of a dent and stop them on this extremity push deep towards A main. So no more information going to be garnered. They start to backpedal a little bit and tuck it in for now. Slow setup from G2, of course, with the bomb on the back of Mattis tucked in by Elbow.
And that slow fight will just continue to bleed out for the moment. Heavy God may make his way forward at some point. And it looks like the Senti with these Julies is going to start to have a look over towards lane side. Might be able to find Hunter throwing util. He's now got his knife out. That should be free. Yep, there you go. But no one else seen. And Malbs now on the scene of this A side. Smoke starting to come in. Art in a good position to pivot and maybe get a pick off before falling back. But takes a little too long to make his move, although that's experience at its best, buying time by putting the bomb on the ground. And now there is a full rotation and a flood around the corner. Fluxo looking to make their way back into A.
Yeah, quick with it. Malbs wanting that plant. Oh, SunPayus gets the adjustment shot off at least to slow down the retake from the CTs, and SunPappy's back. Here he is. He's been quiet in the game, but arrives at least in the second half.
Lord have mercy. That might be the one that gets the confidence back in the camp of G2. One pistol can go a long way as long as they can lock in for the next. Big bomb plant, big turnaround, and big roars.
All right, then. Knock-on effect, of course. You got these upgraded 5.7s and then just starting pistols to play with. Walking up into close range. Zevi. He can hit the first. Maybe there's a chance for a quick play, but SunPayus reads the room once again. It's a nice first pick. Get that pistol out of harm's way. Backstab from Hunter, clearing Red Room and CT as well. Should find Kai on site. This could be a finger-licking good round for them.
It seems that the Spaniard is constantly getting berated by the community, but is he the one that can be the hero here that G2 need to stabilize against Fluxo? Big triple on the pistol. Heads up opening over towards the A side of things. Mattis controlling the flank. And there's so much space here that G2 know it should be an easy 6th in the bag. Kai looking like he will be sniffed out by Hunter there in the meanwhile. Respectfully in the back of the head. And Desenchi hoping he can maybe get a bit of damage done with the dig, but he won't connect. And it's clean, it's flawless, which will warrant a bonus here for G2.
Right, even just like recalling some of the rounds and weird games, I feel like we've had the, the fortune of covering here over on the B Street, mate. G2 have had such a weird and wild journey over the flow of this Pro League season. But hell, it's another one of these, right, where the brick walls hit enough time, something breaks, they start to find an answer. For Fluxo now, it's getting a little bit more real. Lose this one, maybe there's some more questions to be asked, but we'll guide you through round 15. Walk out on mids, it's Malb to get one. Headshot up, Zevi with the trade and the little spam just in case. But 1-for-1 openers at least.
Zevi making a bit of noise on that drop, which does draw attention his direction. Oh, and the flames, not enough to polish him off. But hanging around in him doesn't net him a kill, which he was looking for. The boost up gets a nice little angle onto Kai, who's somehow alive and still able to fight there. Just buying time. Lukowski and Zevi looking to make their way out of Temple on the back of site, and Hunter now has to do it all himself. Okay, he's given a red hot crack. 2 out of Temple. And just trying to sniff out where Art's approaching from, who gets a timing, pushing the smoke as it fades on the donut side. Oh, that one's going to sting for G2, but it was close.
Yeah, tighter margins now. A little bit more energy coming back out, though, as well, giving it a little bit. We saw yesterday, man, you start to get rounds off this team at important moments. You win clutches against them like this. You're dropping the bars outside. It does get under their skin a little bit. So, 9 rounds to the 6 of G2. Orb for SunPayus. Quicker pace play once again. They're going to go for the boost up on top, see if he can look back sight and try and create some space. Hunter would have spam into the wood initially. Chip damage isn't too bad on him either. Slaps him upside the head, takes about 30 HP off.
There he is. They're the ones you're expecting him to hit. And the B site going to warrant some extra rotations across from Fluxo. Kai, in the meanwhile, getting info on the other side of the map, and heads up from Malbs. Flicks back just at the right moment.
Yeah, that was nice, mate. Pocket watch was going off on that one. Hit the timing for the reposition. More to be done with a round, though. I mean, 50 seconds. 5 versus 3. Depends if G2 come a knocking. Give any 1v1 opportunities to this Fluxo roster, and they'll try and take them with both hands. Matt is holding on K for now. Obviously, they want to know exactly where the CTs are. Walkout play for contact from the low HP man of Malbs. He gets in, but the timing's weird. I mean, Zevi's got back towards Donut. He could cut them off here on the rotate, Mac.
Oh, but has Zevi been seen?
No.
I don't know about this timing. I think he just barely managed to thread the needle as Malbs goes all the way through Temple, but only gets one on the rotators. And with the bomb making its way through a main, that's clear. And so is the rest of the A site. Look, so with that round gap boiling down, as is their economy, it looks like they're instantly looking to keep the rifles alive into the next. The AK, of course, valuable in the hands of a counter-terrorist. So we'll see if they're allowed to save this one up. G2, they've already got Heavy God poised at heaven, looking to cut them off at the pass, and it's no good.
Yeah, Heavy God goes down. And the 2 players look to at least get this dragged into the next with the weapons in tow. Carry over the body armor as well, and that one incendiary in the hands of Art. But this scoreline that at one point was incredibly lopsided, obviously now getting very, very close. So it's been a better comeback from G2. That was a nice adjustment from Malbs, dude. Good timing of it.
Good time for a tactical. And Lukowski's the one doing the chapping. It feels like they're just trying to set something up in terms of the defenses. to make sure they stop getting exposed by G2. Maybe there's a bit too much aggression going on. Maybe there's a bit too much pushiness, because with that 1-3 split, you know, you'd think the B site should have been fine. Maybe there was too much of a search. Either way, it's kind of this weird low buy. So maybe Lukowski's just trying to be set up for a play. Where's he going? 3-man set up over towards this B site, which is going to be helped by Zevi. He's got a lot of util to try and force a lane swing, but no one goes with the flashes. Smoke there on the cave from G2, denying the lane swing. And Zevi, just with an incend, has no idea how close danger is.
Oh, he sees the timing as well. Wanted to walk on in, but the crossfire's there. The backup arrives. Somehow, some way, they're winning out on the duels as well. Thankfully, Malbs and Hunter are able to activate to at least stop the bleeding for a few seconds. But it's still a backstabbable round. Look at Art's location. He walks down close towards the ramp side. Malb's feet have been heard. He's sprinting in. Oh. It slumps him out with the AK, and the bomb could be safely planted unless this man on your screens can clutch. Headers the nade. Hunter secures it. And they're so damn close now.
That was a cracker of a shot out of Malbs to save his life crossing through the doors. I thought Art had him dead to rights, close range UMP, even tried to hit him with the timing swing. But Malbs warming up and starting to be ready for anything. Look at that, 16 and 9. Has hit some weird flicks this half. Like he is just hell locked in. Hunter. Faster utility, and it's the B ramp rush. CT's not bringing the most into the round, but Lukowski's still here. Not for long, though. Only able to get the single, and that rifle hitting the ground.
Backstab. It's good. More plays made, but Mattis with a quick swivel does some damage to leave him in a really good position now. Heavy God with 2, and Kai's UMP has it all to find. Tying up the game, being the lifeline on the edge of this one. Low HP for both of the players. He could still deal some damage, but if he overextends, his back will be seen. Heavy God spots him. Wanted to duel for the 1v1, had time for it, but Heavy God wins out. And the slaps of celebration are there.
G2 starting to look more like them former selves. And the lobotomist is happy about it. All tied up. Fluxo struggling in the second half to get any momentum. The donut smoke there, as is a couple of the other pieces of util. But Kai at close range with a 5-7. He's blocked and he's hoping that these T's come flooding straight through it. Although maybe that's a hope that you shouldn't have had, mate. Hunter as well, lurking through the guts at a perfect time. Is making this round look bloody easy. SunPayus firing up. Pretty much every name you would expect to be sharp here is all having a couple of moments. And Fluxo, even with the good amount of numbers towards the A site there, they just get ran through.
Yeah, finally a bit of a different game. You know, for that largest portion as well, when Fluxo were absolutely dominating, it was Hunter that by and large was the one finding any impact for this team with no real backup. Now it feels like you're passing that baton every round, right? Everyone's kind of hitting, at least at the right times, to secure these rounds. Leading the game here. This is our first map in the series as well, and it's a bloody important one. If you miss the beginning, if you lose this, obviously you do go home. There's nothing really outside of that to contend with. Early utility thrown out back towards the B site once again. That's a nice little dink. So chip damage straight onto the face of Hunter on a spam back through the woods. Slowing him down. It's a classic play again. Late lurk out. Malb's trying to see if he can either sell the idea of an A play or lurk in for the over rotate. And just draining out this CT investment of nades.
Fluxo with the classic at cave. Harlow set up just to lock down any aggression coming this direction. SunPayus boosted up again. Spotted. And denied. But that incendiary feeling super reactive. And there's still plenty of time, even though, as you mentioned, these nades are starting to burn quite thin. Only Art and Kai with the remaining smokes. And with that one at cave, G2 going to be incentivized to maybe make their way back towards the A side of things. Malb's in the meanwhile going to be able to control Red Room. And I think he's also got good information on Zevi going to stack that B site. So this may just boil down to Kai and how he can anchor up from a main. He's got no one behind him. And he is in a power position to deny the plant and buy some time for these rotations in. But there's eyes on his position and he's only good for one.
Oh, one and done. Rest of the Fluxo boys might still put it together and have some fun. That's not what you want, SunPayus. Oh, the overflick. It's created a massive gap in the defense, leaving it down to not two players because Mattis is dead. It's all Heavy God now, and he's finished off. The Orps hitting the stereo frags, booming from either side. And they are going to be able to retake that one. Slow down G2 just a tad.
Been a hot minute. What's that? The second round now for that CT side for Fluxo. And is this going to be the financial swing they kind of needed? Not quite yet. You can see Hunter after he buys. There's probably one more in the back pocket. So it's not going to be done easily for Fluxo. But if they can break this T economy in the few remaining rounds, it will be very difficult for G2 to complete the comeback. And that's exactly what it was, you know. It was 7-1 at some point, right?
Yeah, exactly, right? Like, by and large, dude, this was Fluxo's game. Like, they were literally cruising through, making some huge plays, looking really good. G2 looked rattled, you know? They were kind of scared, right? Yeah, faces weren't the same. Malbs has been pretty good for normally a bit of a cheer to try and rouse the boys up a bit, get them back in the focus of the server. Pretty stone quiet until only a few rounds ago. I mean, it took them so long to equalize this. But you've got to keep it consistent all the way to the bitter end. And we're not there yet. SunPayus being tested as well. Kai just goes straight in like an arrow down middle, mate. SunPayus caught off, half flashed, flicking away, goes down. And G2 struggling into the 21st.
That's a great way to do it. For all the Brazilian fans out there, shooting right back towards the cubby and won't be able to trade, though. Awkward as Heavy God takes the head off of Desenchi. Util pulled out at an inopportune time. But the pick towards cave is big because that's going to be the bomb on the ground. And it's reminiscent of what we saw earlier. And Fluxo were able to complete the weird situation. Malbs, good molly to clear out the close angs. And do they get to a solid setup in time? HE going to continue to pump damage onto Art. But with another one, oh, he's barely got in front of it. Only 2 more points of damage. Looks closer than that to me. Malbs head off his heavy shoulders. And with Kai's position known, does he expect Art tucked away here in the corner? They know that he was close, but they don't know that that was Kai on the chokehold. And with 20 on the clock, the bomb is now at least in the smoke. Oh, and Heavy God doesn't need eyes to see.
The hell? He's just sensed that one out. Heavy God can find the first, but you've got 10 seconds to find the last. Kai's just got to stay tucked. You go running out into his crosshair. And the time is the extra pressure on the server that results in Heavy God crumbling when it comes to the clutch. Fluxo won't give a damn how close it was, Mac. It's their round. That's all they care about.
That was a wild one out of Heavy God.
Yeah.
And unfortunate that he couldn't close. But Fluxo back in the lead. And still keeping the pressure towards G2. As you can see, now the money is hitting rock bottom. And they're looking kind of lost for answers. But can they turn it around? Flash towards Donut. Will force Kai off the mark. Lovely little cheeky tab. Who's that? Malbs. Of course it was.
Ooh. Oh, hang on. I mean, one's manageable too. You're giving him the double up for free there. So no real room for much to be done. These AKs that we're looking to really be the precedent in the round to give them any sort of space to play with here in the 20 seconds. Just haven't been able to find an opener. 2 picks for free towards mid-side. You can play the trade game very happily now. Just play a passive CT round, 50 seconds on the clock, give or take. And the rest of G2, somewhat fragmented. Probably this split push into B with a late rotate from Malbs, maybe, back through Red Room. It's going to be tight. If they find something on this, I'd be impressed, Mark.
Util towards B looking more like a distraction than anything. 3-man setup. We'll get this 3v1, 3v2 even over towards the A site. We'll see if Kai wants to play early or play late. Just locking down the line over towards A main. Doesn't want to drop out, especially with the Senchi. Getting risky through the smoke. Just wait for the rest of the pieces to get in position. Oh, over towards mid. You don't want to lose that one. Now we're down to the 3v3. G2 could be on for 11. Smoke fading. And the flash forward. Zevi, he's down. And G2 have managed to start to steady the ship. Heavy God in a hard crossfire between him and the Donut members, although the Donut players let him cross straight into Heavy God's crosshair, who wants to be the one to keep on playing. And Lukowski knows it's all over for them, at least in this round. 11-11. G2 get through in the 5v2 in the end. My lord.
Yeah, that one's kind of crazy. I didn't expect it, actually. I was thinking they were still going to be able to find a way to answer that one, even off the back of the quick subversion of expectations with that rotate towards A. You could see it was scrappy, very chaotic in the quick swings out, like pressure on for Heavy God, especially in the fight towards CD. Just hoping the last few shots in that mag would deal with him. It's a big clutch round, though. You'll take it for what it is. That's kind of a bonus and a half, dude. Game is tied, 11-11. You can forget about any of the struggles you had on this map as well. If you're a G2 fan, all they need is 1 to guarantee at least overtime as a safety net, and potentially 2 to close it here on the first map. Opening pick is against Mattis, though, and when he's on form, that's a big scalp to take. They do still have 4 players alive. Hunter priming the nades, the rest go in contact into A.
Taking us all the way to the end of regulation, which may just be how long it's taken for G2 to warm up. But speaking of, Kai, going to be double tapping across the top of default. Heavy God hunting and almost capitalizing on Zebi's aggression in through the donut smoke. But there's more of that coming, and it's in the form of Lukowski. They know there's numbers in there. And Hunter risking it for everything. Nice open plant. And they've already done the 3v5, but how's the 2v3? Ooh. 1v3 even.
Yeah, I mean, it gets even worse, but hey, Heavy God, we've said his name quite a few times today. Let's see what he's got in store for us here. The AK's loaded, Zevi inside the smoke, diffusing it, snipping the wires. He can't find the lineup, and he's starting to sweat. Goes down as the Famas pushes him. They get match point. They thought they'd done it, Mac. So close to getting themselves the sneak play in towards A. But not here, not now. Round 23 is all Fluxos.
Wild scenes. And I didn't expect this expedition back into the jungle, Jackie, to last so long, to be fair.
Yeah.
But first third, first half, whatever it may be, of this trip is really tripping me out too, because I don't know how this one's going to end and if we're even done yet.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, more uncomfortable rounds have happened in the past. Going into this, it's going to be a hard uphill battle, but if they can punch upwards, somehow catch Fluxo with a bit of ring rust in this round, then there might be a chance for it. It's a lot of util drawing hefty rotations towards A with the plays that we've seen them condition, and they only send in Heavy God. He gets a frag here, bro. You could buy a good amount of time, but backside, uh-oh, still waiting, still delivering kills. He's ruined it for him, Mac.
But can they bring it back? Big ask out of the two remaining individuals. Hunter getting his and SunPayus only a single. The skipper to try and warrant this 1v3. 50 seconds, bomb down. And no real information on where these CTs are playing from. You got one at cave, you got one just tucked away under heaven. And Hunter making a nice little move without the footsteps might have just put himself in the perfect spot to get in behind the CTs. Essentially realizing, yes, there was danger. And Fluxo not necessarily in good positions to trade this one up, but the Tech-9 also not the most favorable weapon to try to finish the job here, and it's going to be Fluxo to do it right at the bitter end. A huge first half and a shaky second, but they get it done. 13-11 on their map pick, and G2's Ancient just not looking like what it used to.
No, struggling there realistically, you know, especially
Make it to Budapest, but we could potentially make it to Cologne, and that's a pretty mad thing to think about.
Oh yeah, it's all kind of crazy, right? How many sort of different layers of storylines or potential outcomes that can affect things we've got going on right now with the state of the scene and kind of where we are at in the point of the year just before the major, mate. VRS has made it all kind of wacky and weird in some ways, but it's been cool to see how it unfolds. We got the first map in the bag. Let's start to dial in on the second. Inferno being the choice of map. Fluxo, of course, CT side start with G2 on T. And Kai already making a bit of a move down towards second mid. Bold predict on this one, Mac. I reckon Fluxo take a huge pistol. Kai gets free.
Okay. Let's see if you're on the money. Let's see if you are the savant. But Kai certainly on the way to 3, maybe 5 if he can work that flank up fast enough. There's a lot of action happening down mid, but it looks like Art's thinking, hey, I want to be the point man here. And this smoke is going to be disrespected by the T's. Julie's up on the grills. Won't be able to go toe-to-toe there with these Glocks. And SunPayus hears the thundering footsteps coming in on the flank side. No triple for Kai, but Zebi and Art going to try to team up and make it happen with a retake on this B side. It's all Zebi who had to go for the reload. Won't be able to trade. And G2 out of the gates. A stronger start to the second map.
No, you misheard me. I said Kai goes down for free. So just as I suspected there, a perfect G2 pistol round, Mac. That's nice.
Of course. Of course.
It must have been some of that.
These old ears, you know, sometimes I just mishear.
Right, either that or you've got some like milky bars near your microphone that's causing digital interference. So you couldn't hear me. You know, that's all.
Yes.
It's fine.
The interference. I've always forgot about that part too. But look, Fluxo going to try to forget about that last round. Hopefully Alzheimer's is in their favor as Lukowski wants to try to make it happen with a scout on short. Not something that you'll usually expect to work effectively. Zevi trying to shoot fish in a barrel, just spamming away. Lukowski will take Mattis out in the meanwhile, and the chaos is going both ways. Kai straight through with Zebi 2 over towards Archers, gets his mitts on an AK. Now he's got the range advantage, although no armor means aim punch is a factor. And the A site in the hands of G2, but who knows how the next part of the round is going to ensue.
Oh, well, apparently very heavy-handedly from both Maubs and SunPayus, with only one man left, SMG in his palms. Knee's probably a bit weak and doesn't want to drop the spaghetti, which is this now saved AK. So piece away on this one, give it up. It's going to be another round converted over. A little bit costly, but bomb plant down, confirmation of the round for G2. They start to build off the back of the pistol coming into the second. Oh, hang on. It's us, Mac.
Hey.
This is where we live.
It's our
house.
show of the day. What's going on?
Oh, mate. There you go. It's good to be home.
What do you think he's ordering from the Macalaria Polaria?
I don't know. We'd have to go get our stock, mate. Make sure we've restocked and we're ready. I don't think we're open for customers yet, Mac. But usually our order list is gigantic. We've got everything a player could need in the small second of downtime they save.
Now, if you want to order something from the fruit shop later on today, guys, make sure you send your orders in to the DHL mailbag. That's dhlmailbag@efg.gg. Or just let us know what your favorite fruit is in the chat. I've got my eyes on it. We can have a chat about that in a little bit. But for now, Fluxo with the half investment back in, just upgrading the pistols, knowing that they did huge damage to the T economy. So if they can swing this one back in their favor, Jackie, It's looking like we could see Fluxo run away with this first half, but it's all theoretical until something happens.
Ooh, this is becoming all very real. But it's just pain and punishment there with Heavy God walking away with that initial play. Good damage back on the Battle of Banana. Some punishment being found with a P250 from Art. Tries to get inside of the smoke. He's pulled out the blades. Oh, he's butchered him. Oh, SunPayus. He's been chopped up by Art. Taking the hatchet to him, mate. I can't believe it.
But the offline doesn't work. Heavy God. Saving it with a big breath of relief, mate. Oh, you need to win those.
As if he's just gone full wicked skeng man. Look at him. Right, well, he's bagged the Ramsey on that one. Makes out with the money, but it's not going to be a round for them. Could have been, but not converted. Shenanigans aside, though, Frio, G2 have had it on lock so far, but Fluxo finally have money to reinvest. Orp out in the hands of Art. He's close towards Banana, ready for him to come a knocking. Back up from the boys. They had utility this time as well. Could be a key difference. Flames at his feet, still holding. Oh, sideline peek. Didn't expect the cubby, so Hunter loses his lips.
Oh, Malb's almost able to double it down. And Art will still stand close, but hit a cracker onto SunPayus. Maybe showing him how it's done. And the double AWP, providing the fruit so far this round. 2v4, Madison Heavy God. These two have been playing relatively well together this week. And since Mattis has joined the team. But it's a solo mission at the moment to retrieve the bomb. And Fluxo happy to give it up. Not necessarily aware that it was down towards the bottom of Banana. We'll see how fruity this one gets. Zevi posted from the balcony over towards where it looks like G2 are going to approach the A site.
Yeah, the two remaining members of the G2 team. Just trying to skulk their way in. You've got two flashes for Mattis, which can be the difference of even being able to get up quad at all. But let's see if it helps bail them out. They drop in. Zevi perched, waiting for the peak. 15 seconds. First frag's good, but Heavy God trades. Rotations there. And it's a simple snap from the rotate. That's another one. All right, finally then, Fluxo back to biting.
On the board before it's too late. Yeah, look at that. It was just the cover of the flames, the bloody HE smoke. Hit him with the come on. Also, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but there has been many other teams. You know, I think there's been a couple of Oceanic teams and then some European ones dropping the Vamo Carraio. Which is usually reserved for, you know, the Portuguese-speaking individuals. But I guess everyone's sharing the love.
Yeah, everyone's been giving it, man. We've seen a lot of innovation on, you know, aggressive banter scale. How you can get inside your opponent's head, tilt them a little bit. It's been kind of fun, actually. I feel like we've had a pretty good turnout for it this season so far, Mac. The meta's been fresh, you know, there's been some updates on some past classics. We've learned some new ones.
I think a classic tale is Art on Inferno. Man's been a beast for a very long time on this map, but... Ooh, baited by the first jump across. Oh, that is classic Art maneuvers. No scope through the smoke to kick us off here. And maybe set them up for the retake. Scope's on the right spot, but just doesn't hit the mark onto SunPayus. And now it's G2. Man disadvantage, smokes up. And a bit more util to buy the time towards the church side. But let's see what Fluxo can do to commit to the retake.
Mattis tucks in close. Usually a bit of a speed demon with his P250, but it's Hunter that moves swift. Jabs out with the uppercut on Zevi. Arch strips through one. They're close to the site now. Good collapse back. And more than enough time to play with. They jump on it. Yeah, get the kit on that. Snip them. Snip them. Don't let it go. Okay, it's fine.
Job done. Let's have a look at that one again. I'll take it. Just loving this kind of gameplay. I remember back to the online era where he was just, I remember T-side, you'd have that CT smoke up, right, hitting the B site. He was just running through with the AWP, just happily pushing into CT spawn. There was no one like him. He'd push the point and then be in positions their opponents could never even comprehend. In a professional game of Counter-Strike, this man breaks all the rules. Like this.
That's what I was going to say, man. Like,
He's against pistols.
He loves it, though. He can smell the ecos. He's had a big, deep breath. Can smell G2 at banana. Oh, no, not like that! He pulls out the nades. Oh, God, it's all blown up in his face. And, well, Descenti doesn't have a face remaining after Mattis caves it in on the entry. Bounding past. Hunter's able to stay alive to plant the bomb as well. Zevi could not find it. You've given them guns, you've given them an inch, and now they're turning it into an absolute mile. Hunter set up. He's the tripwire that Lukosi doesn't know about. Walking in towards CT. They've got the cross covered all down to one man in Kai. Back turned and most likely burned soon. It's all about the go the way of G2 over again.
No stick, no chance. And look, the moral of the story is sometimes art giveth and sometimes art taketh away. Rules may be made to not be broken. The polarity of Fluxo. G2 with that eco win. Will be a tremendous swing back in their favor. Fluxo as well. That was a costly one. You can see money back down to 0 for the most part. So incredibly important. And Fluxo playing much more passive in the 7th. Ooh. Well, I say that. And then Art's just doing that. Running around spraying with the UMP. And things getting a little sloppy. Zevi hitting some harder ones. And maybe sending the bomb packing back towards the B site. Incent to force Malbs to fight, but he's happy to take that one. Taking a slight tick in the Incent, but almost the B site off the back of it. SunPayus lucky to be alive. Lucky that Malbs knows the sun's out, so guns should also be out. And there you have it. There's the 5th.
Bloody hell. All right, we're getting it done. Yeah, dude, perhaps a little bit overly ambitious with the repeat plays for Mark, but it wouldn't be him if he didn't. He's conditioning them to be very wary of it, but, I mean, Malbs was just unfazed. Like, the tap shots from that A4, looking so comfortable in the battle for it, simply dispatched. Another round going to be picked up as well. So T-side campaign coming into the second maps looked a whole lot better for them. Zevi clutching onto the AWP, at least dragging that through into the next. Will bail them out somewhat. You've gone John Rambo for it, trying to hunt them after time, but looks like they should just be chill. Make it through.
Couple of moments there. And at least Fluxo managed to win map 1, so they do have that fallback plan of making it to Mirage, just in case they can't get a foothold here on Inferno. And G2 happy just to keep on punishing all of the hyper-aggressive plays that we are seeing the CTs constantly make. AWP still in hand here for Zevi. By this time is almost a spitting image of before, but both CTs get destroyed. And that's going to be the B side, or A side even, open for the taking. I'm having some technical difficulties. I think I've got a pit here. Need more caffeine in the tank.
Yeah, you got to top yourself back up. The tank real empty.
Box.
You can fix yourself, mate.
Thanks, Matt.
It'll all be good, don't you worry. Tell you what is good as well. How often do you see MP7s in play too much these days? Only a few boys still rocking it. It's good as well. Look at this. Right, well, that one not so much. But he still, you know, you get it. You get the point. He did well enough. MP7's fun, man.
Look, started the argument strong. Maybe finished a little lackluster. But I see what you're saying.
Yeah, see, you get the idea.
We have a nice little story about the MP7 over in the Asian scene, back on the old road to Rio on the online days. Tyloo against Vici. Tyloo usually wins that every time. Vici's never really beat them in a grand final at that point. It's like it's the final round, you know, match point, Vici finally about to beat them. This is back in, you know, MR15 and when you couldn't sell the weapons you buy.
Yeah.
One of the Tyloo guys accidentally buys an MP7. He just misclicks it.
Okay.
Tries to call a match medic.
Yeah.
Apparently that's not a reason for match medic. So like, you have to do it. Ends up getting like a 3K or something, and Vici end up losing that series in OT. And Elfish Guy, Pilly and myself were just shook. Couldn't believe it. And whenever the MP7 is mentioned, that's the only story that ever comes to mind.
Mate, yeah, okay. Fair enough. I feel you. You got to respect it, dude. It's a deadly weapon, you know? Fell out of love after the removal of the weapon wheel, when you couldn't just have all of them. Back then when we were spoiled for choice, you know, a little bit more restricted these days. So, yeah. It's good to see it pop up now and then. So Heavy God battling with the power of Asia inside of that MP7. That's the storyline we're wielding into it. The legendary weapon. He's the raid boss for G2. And he's been pretty on form with a backup of Malbs especially. Deadly combo here though, dudes. Mattis and Heavy God going for the run out towards A site. Balcony control to hold. Let's see if they got it in them. The drop down, hitting them with the COD plays, spamming them with the MP7. Uh-oh. Shenanigans afoot.
We'll see if Kai and Lukowski can set up this crossfire. If Lukowski just going to bait over towards Cold. Kai's still just dancing around trying to use the cover of the mini pit. And the T's not going to be given anything until Kai gets a bit too big for his boots. Molly as well forcing Lukowski into the open, and that's going to be the A site in the hands of G2. Now, can we just talk about the entry pathing? I think it was Mattis who went out first, just across the top of, was it Zevi in pit?
Yeah.
It was just lost. Like, you don't expect that. That one flash was enough to just break the eyesight.
Oh, yeah, dude, it freaked them right out. They literally dove out, right? And then they both sort of jumped into it. The MP7 flying through the sky. Everyone's panicking to try and, like, where do I put my crosshair? He's not peaked normally. You've just thrown them off entirely. Kind of a nice little adjustment, especially with the weapons in tow.
Now, while we have a second as well, back to the fruit shop, which we almost are at, fortunately. Desenchi putting in an order as we check out the highlights. We did get some orders in.
Oh, yeah.
I believe there was pomegranate. I don't think we got that in stock, so you've got to pick up one of them real quick.
Okay, we'll go to the shop. That's fine.
Bananas aren't too far away. They're just around the corner. But we got watermelon, oranges, and what I believe are lemons.
Lemons.
Yeah,
they could be. They probably are.
Someone asked for a guava. Have we even got that on the order list? I don't know if we do.
Let me have a look in the stock. Hang on, I'm just... what is this? Kumquat. I don't think we got it, Mac. I don't know. This doesn't...
Any lychees?
Is there meat? Why is there meat in here? Have you been putting meat with all the fruit?
Yeah, well, you got to get protein in, brother.
Yeah, but mate, this is like uncooked chicken and cooked chicken. We're going to get shut down.
No. Just don't tell the audience.
Are we,
Like, they'll be fine.
are we live now? Oh, mate, you've doxed us. They know.
It's okay. You don't have chicken sushi? You've never tried that?
They're going to send in Ramsey. They're going to send him in, mate.
I've always wanted to meet him. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, he'd walk straight in. He'd go, Mac, you're a twat.
I'll take it. You know, might cost us the business, but that's a risk I'm willing to take.
I don't think we could lose the fruit stand. It'd rip us apart. It's been our livelihood forever, but...
Yeah, the whole 4 days.
Exactly. Since the dawn of time this season.
The Swedish Safari wouldn't be the same without it. But back to the round. There has been a lot of action towards what we colloquially know that position on short as Diggity.
Yeah, 2 Diggity now.
No Diggity even. And towards that B side, big flash for SunPayus to set up Malbs. Art again, just going to be caught in transition. It's happened a few times towards Banana. Now it's him just repositioning over towards the A site. Feels like his brain's just going a little bit too fast. Just thinking, maybe that one's a little bit better. Tell you what's better though? Solo una banana.
It's true. This replay package was brought to you by Bananas and the Wine Room here on Inferno. Nice of Inferno to sponsor us like that, Mac.
Did you know that if you open up the one on the bottom 3 from the left, there's a Jinjo in there?
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Get 7 of those, you got yourself a Jiggy. Or is it 5? I can't remember.
No.
No.
Yeah, that's fair.
Been playing too much Banjo-Tooie, not enough Kazooie.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Mate, it took me a sec to realise, and then I was like, hang on, are we doing rare? Like, we're doing rare Easter eggs right now? We're working that. Mate, Banjo-Kazooie was damn good, but Conker's Bad Fur Day was based as well. What a game.
Oh, hell yeah.
That went hard. Like, so damn good.
Mate, you get the bounce on flowers in that game, that's crazy. Art, though. Looking to bounce the G2 members away from his B site. Again, with the stick in play. And Desenchi going for a quick rotate over towards Coffins just to reinforce a hit if it comes in. But the rest of the troops are a while away. Full faith in the Behold.
Hey, what was the name of the witch from Banjo-Kazooie? It's like Grunthilda,
Grunty.
right? Yeah, Grunthilda.
Gruntilda.
Yeah, Grunty. Okay. Well, let's see if the Wicked Witch at the back of the bomb site can deal some damage. Art Hilda. Here to lay the smackdown on the heroes of Fluxo. Oh, Mattis making the move. It's good. First picks there. Heavy God with a follow-up as well. You got yourself on site and there's no one really to evict them. It's going to be late on the rotate. Get a little bit of time to work with at least before the bomb goes down, Mac. Limited utility in a couple places, especially when they lose another man. And it's looking like that's the round gone. You've got to bail on it. 9-2 then. G2. Not letting it slip here.
Pack her up, boys. Looking like we will be sending it to the third map of Gobi's Valley. Just to try to lock things in here. Although there is a lot of CS still to play here. On Inferno. But a 9-round T-side with the potential of 10. That is this one side of the fair I was worried we'd get. You know, maybe they did think I was a little too white for the spice.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm disappointed. I've been preparing myself with wasabi for the last month, all right?
Hey, dude, you getting that real wasabi, though? Because you know most of it's just, like, dyed horseradish, right?
Yeah.
They trick you. Yeah.
Well, whatever I'm having, it hits.
You, like,
You know
grating
the
it?
reverse up the nostril, like that mustardy feeling?
Yeah, okay.
Hate it. I hate it, but I'm just trying to learn to enjoy it.
Well, so you're, like, waking up every day with smelling salts and just wrecking yourself. Like, I'm alive!
I should do that, you know? Maybe before the deadlift so I can bring that one in. Though. Bringing in the pain. This time, the aggression works out for a double. Realizing that G2 were trying to push that half wall. And now with a two-man advantage, surely Fluxo find a third in the CT side.
See this right now, Mac, this would be you. Actually, not this. That's not what's going to happen if you starting your day off with smelling salts. It would have been when he banged everyone out on Banana. But yeah, you'd be on a rampage, mate. You know, you'd be like a ginger mustache terrorizer running around the towns like King Kong. So you maybe best avoid that one for now.
Everything's slowing down. Listening to the lovely sounds of Banana. Definitely not the most sought-after soundtrack on Inferno. You got the barnyard, the cows and the horses over towards CT spawn, but let's see if there's going to be Nay to find on the B side, or if they're just hiding in the smokes. Lukowski shifting straight into danger's way. And he won't be able to save the day. That two-piece at the start looked so good for Fluxo, but from here, it's down to a 3v2. G2 playing perfectly. One in front of Dark, one behind, and a flash across the top will not set up Zebvi for success. It's Kai, the young gun, to try and make it happen, but he won't. 10-2 at the half, and G2, they are here with a vengeance as we go to the halftime break.
I was never meant to stay. It was you that put me in. Promised me that we'd be okay. All of your lies I was believing. You were there most of the time, but that was never good enough for me. Had me going out of my mind. Had me going round like crazy. Running out of head this way. Why is there always a struggle for you to let me go? You got me like crazy. Like you were always right and I was always wrong. Crazy.
then, we're back in the building, ready for some more action here. So keep it locked and let's see what's yet to come. There's been some explosivity. Didn't expect that one, mate. The full desk slam. I mean, it must be getting under their skin a little bit because it wasn't the cleanest half by any means, was it? 2 rounds on the board there for Fluxo. G2 with 10 under the belt, but it could all change here in the sequel.
Sometimes sequels are best left untouched. Unmade even, at points. But we're getting a very similar affair to that first pistol. Almost a spitting image, except G2 are going to put it with 4 from the back. And only Malbs to try and hold down the fort. So, a lot of pressure on him. In the meanwhile, it's going to be the util lost in the thick of things. Couple of dinks coming through and making things real awkward here. Lukowski can't see a damn thing. He's just blinded at car, and it's worked out perfectly. G2, no casualties. Just a couple of injuries.
Yeah, sprained ankles, but eyes lighting up as they get themselves another round. Well, maybe not too much outside the server, actually. Kind of just stoic faces, just happy to get this one over the line, maybe push it to a third. That's when things could be a bit better. There is energy behind Heavy God, though. Always had a good set of pipes on him, so when you hear him echoing throughout the halls, you know things are at least going better for G2. We're going to close this one, then, and force us back to a level playing field. It's nice basics. The chip damage is great onto the oncoming attack, but they find that first pick. If Mattis can't buy time, then there could be questions made out of this one.
Oh, little spray down. Mattis wrangling the inaccuracy of the FAMAS, as is SunPayus, and this one looks too easy. I don't know if this half is going to last too long, Jackie. I think it is going to be the one side of the fair that we hoped we wouldn't get, and there was no spice in the dish we requested.
Yeah, spice, de-spiced even, actually. This is just, well, we got like a bowl of ice cream here, Mac. G2 flavored ice cream.
Yeah, I guess we'll take it. I guess we'll take it. Look, beggars can't be choosers. And Fluxo at this point, probably just begging to get to Mirage because nothing seems to be going right for them here on Inferno. G2, however, it's great to see them make their way back into a good performance from where they know they can be. Boost across the top to try and deny the exit. However, in the meanwhile, the wrap around the world will not be completed. Lukowski taken down by Orcas in the Atlantic.
That's the crazy thing about Orcas. They have been known to follow trends as of late. They've been spotted doing all sorts of things. So winning around a Counter-Strike, well, that's another one that very well could be on the cards. Here on the push up close, the Tech 9's good for the shutdown of Heavy God, but Hunter is moving Chris. Oh, the choreography of Counter-Strike was so clean from him. And it leaves it on Kai in an uncomfortable spot. But the first tag, it's enough impact to at least buy a sliver of time to play with on this, and they're both low. A1S picked up. He's not playing for the bomb. He walks up, going for contact. Doesn't expect both of them on the left. Could have had a chance, but coulda, shoulda. It's G2 with 13, and that's cash money for at least the second.
Yeah, cash money, but more importantly, confidence of the sale. They get it done, and even though they've managed to win...
Could be that.
Someone's gotta do it. And if you don't step up to the plate, well, you're not hitting any balls, are you? That's what it really comes down to. And we want to hit a lot of balls here because it's the third and final innings, the third and final round, and the last chance for one of these teams to keep themselves alive and play for another day here. The final day of ESL Pro League Season 22, for Stage 1 at least. We still got many stages to play, including the playoffs, but you got to win this to get anywhere near that conversation. Lukowski, he's getting near the action, as is Desenchi over through underpass. And it is going to be the T's coming out on top for the most part. Desenchi going to be tucked into the corner, but there's 2 CTs here, and 2 CTs is too many for the T's to deal with. G2 backing away, as Hunter doesn't want to lose the package. In the meanwhile, it is going to be another found, giving the number game over towards the CTs once more. Fluxo hitting hard as Heavy God is now just trying to buy time and space here on the A site. SunPayus not seen. And this P250 could rip through real quick too, but gets that double eventually. And it's Art who hasn't left the B site just yet in a 1v3 to clutch.
Scary round with some near misses on a few of those altercations, but it does boil down to, like you say, just Art. Oh, he's going to be tested. Swing out, SunPayus gets the read. The eyes have dialed in on him, so they know where you're coming from. Trying to throw off the ideas here with a jump towards window side, bit of noise being masked as well with a shot. But realistically, not a lot you can do. Does have the investment into the Kevlar as well and hasn't taken damage, so just keep that alive. You could possibly get the free upgrade onto the helmet realistically, a bit cheaper. That's most likely it. The round itself going to go G2s. They will exit towards T-spawn, so you never know. Could take some scalps, and he's gone.
Let's go!
And T's in the chat, but G2 coming through with a big old win. They got the opening. They also won the trade game. And Heavy God times his way all the way through A. A solid start from the individuals. You want to be hitting the crispy ones. And audibly showing their passion as they send it to an empty B site. Fluxo trying to make the read over towards A, but they will arrive on the scene just in time here, Jackie.
Yeah, they're going quick. Impact into the site. It's Heavy God with the first onto the back line of Art. Mattis with the adjustments. Oh, okay. Lightning fast and primed. No missed moves there.
Blink and you'll miss it. As we now see Fluxo moving straight towards the gun round. Of course, that was just USPs for the most part. That one P250 able to get a pick for Kite. And now might be the time we get to see a little bit more. But they're just going to go for this half investment. They got, what, Kevlar, SMGs, light utility. And they're looking for a gun round in the next. So, interesting that they've hedged their bets in this way. 1-4 split. Just Art again with the Crocodile over towards the B apartments. We'll see if he's going to be able to find some action, but mid control. Gifted to G2.
Well, window re-smoked. Zevi with a scout on ticket booth. Slowly making a move up towards short side. Ooh, that's the read. Only issue is here, Art, the man on the site, he's got the XM10. It's Big Papa Pump that's in his hand, so it'll make it far harder to do anything from range. He's got to close the distance. It's awkward pathing, Malbs will take him. And already this one looks like it's over before it's even started. Site control, they're finding their picks. Last 3 players alive, not having the best tools for the trade. And it should be G2 3-0 on Mirage.
Mattis. Suffocating the economy and a chance at a cheap upgrade. But yeah, off to the races. Big start on this T side so far. It's clean, it's crispy, it's good, and with shots like that and your rifling core showing what they're made of, maybe it is just about comfort. You know, maybe they just weren't able to find their stride early on Ancient. It's not even the early match now. You know, this was technically the second slot for every other day. So you had plenty more time to get comfortable in the morning, you know, warm up, spend your day, play a pug or two even. And now on the gun rounds, Kai going to be able to find a little gap across the top of the smoke there over at ladder. And the B split gets torn to shreds, but SunPayus doesn't want the round to be down to nothing just yet, as Heavy God looks to regroup with him at mid.
Well, we'll see if this deadly duo can still do too much to bail G2 out of the 4th round. Find themselves in a bit of an uncomfortable deficit in the battle of attrition, with Fluxo having 4 players alive here. SunPayus down on mid-side with 46 health. Heavy God clearing out top short. Knows where the bomb is. You've got it covered. Here goes he in towards window. Kai as well being swung on. SunPayus position compromised, tagged, bagged, and finished up. Fluxo will lock that one in.
All it took was a full buy from them. Advanced positioning from Kai. And arguably, you could say that was also partial impatience from G2, but they didn't know that he was already up there in ladder. Or that there would be the weird gap in the top of the smoke. So, tiny little differences in the round. Just making things real awkward for G2 there. Mid control looking to be the priority. As Hunter makes his way through underpass one more time. Flash in, but Art looking to disrespect the utility. Will beat Mattis to the punch up in the corner. And Mattis doesn't commit to the hard clear, is none the wiser. That Art has used his calculated aggression again. Desenchi across the top finds one. And that'll keep the numbers strong. Where to for G2? Lukowski in the meanwhile taking Palace, sets him up for a position where they can play retake on A. If he's able to survive, it looks like Heavy God could be coming here.
Oh, he's going to peek it. Heavy God swings. It's nice contact. Drops him with a bullet straight to the face. So he resets the situation into a 3 versus 3. They dump all the nades on the quick backtrack play towards a late round B hit. Really hoping that the CTs will bite on this and massively invest. You've got the one set up on the back of the site in Kai. It's the AK primed in his hands. Good nade set as well. It's defensive utility, HE and the incendiary. 30 seconds, Mac. When they go for this, everything's got to be picture perfect. Tons of room to delay.
Great HE there. Big damage onto the two G2 individuals making their way out of apps, but it's all about how Heavy God activates. No eyes on him just yet as he's walking up straight on the short wall. Tucked away at empty. He might be able to activate off the back of Kai's contact, and in comes these picks that they're looking for. Hunter, though, 1v2 to try to make it happen, but that time has gone too far, and the clock will win it for them. I guess he had to hope that both those players were on site, but it was just Kai there. Fighting solo.
Yeah, it's nice from Fluxo. They just knew as well how late in the round they'd stalled them, especially with the nades on the run out towards apartments. That's why it's uncomfortable. Like, nice snapshot. Obviously, in his mind, you're probably hoping, like you say, just the other player's going to peek you. It's the only way you could win it with it ticking over 4 seconds at that point. So a little bit too slow to the punch, and good interference being run from Fluxo. You wanted to see some Zevi plays as well. He's got the big green out. AWP here. Got that long dog skin as well. Look at this. There we go. Train themed orb. Let's see if it packs a punch like a steam train.
Let's see if it gets a chance. G2 are going to be walking right into it. Hunter refreshing the window smoke. Just looking to keep the CT eyes towards the center of the map. Trading util just to keep the attention back towards mid. They know that they're there for sure. It's just how the A ramp push activates. Lamp flash good enough to make things really awkward. Okay, dancing in and out of the smokes there. Look, how's he going to be able to spin around? Find himself. Mattis says Heavy God wants to put a SunPayus on that skewer too. 9 bullets in the magazine and hoping that he can maybe spin around in time. Gets another. And has almost done it all himself this round. Desenchi joining the fray, and in the 1v2, 30 seconds. SunPayus does have space to plant, but can he clutch it?
Well, bomb down instantly on a repeat, though. It's Art with a draw, finding it. So no opportunity to garner that one for the G2 side. It will be a defuse, and Fluxo equalizing it 3-3 apiece in our third and final map of the series. And remember as well, obviously this is a stressful one. It's a horrific situation to be in for both of these two teams here in stage 1 of season 22 of ESL Pro League. You're both in a 1-2 record. You lose this, that's it. You're out of the tournament, out of the runnings. So the fact it's all tied up, at least in the early game, gives us a lot to be desired. We'll see where it goes. Bit of a broken buy as well, of course. That quasi reinvestment for G2. 3 Galils, bit of utility, double Deagle. It's in the hands of Mattis and Heavy God, though, so still be wary. They could certainly rip some heads.
G2 looking to go for the all-in approach. Well, he's made towards mid to draw CT attention that direction. Zevi try to get that A-main block smoke out in time. I think he might have been seen by SunPayus, who is going to disrespect it. Look at that, Mattis. Eyes on the prize and the crosshair on the perfect position. And now without CT control, the A-site member is going to be locked over to a jungle, but that fight's not going to be won by them. Heavy God finding another head, and G2 killing all the Fluxo individuals and fending them away 2v5. Fluxo going to hang around and maybe try to find a pick here, but I don't think the round is ever going to go their favor in this situation.
Oh, I said you should always keep your eyes open for Heavy God and Mattis in rounds like this, but I didn't think they'd just instantly win it off the back of them finding entries. Nice double-up play and good work from Malbs as well. You're getting so much out of this one. Suffocating that CT side economy, upgrades for free, weapons carried into the next, bomb plant cash and the round to take them to 4 on the T side.
G2 have to be happy with that one. We got a replay of Heavy God through the smoke. Oh, there you have it.
Look at that. Mate, you'd be fuming.
Mm-hmm.
He's just spammed the smoke.
It was the first shot too.
Yeah, you know what I mean? One dig through the smoke instantly. Heavy God just waving to you.
Well, still plenty of the half to play. Kai with the smoke towards the bottom of mid is going to look to exit at some point, or so that is the thought. He will reaggress on Apps and SunPayus. Oh, he's been timed. He is, ooh, okay, aware. Swings back just in time.
Yeah, the SunPayus senses were tingling. He finds that one. So far, so good. I mean, 2 picks. Obviously, you lost Mattis early into the round, but still a ton of time to develop something out of it for G2 and get themselves even a 5th potential. About 55 seconds on the clock. Some of the utility being used to create space out towards mid. Block off connector in a window as well. Art's already on the boost, short side, looking to hold it down from the elevated angle. Gonna have your crosshair in the right place. It's a quick adaptation from Heavy God that results in not 1 but 2 clean kills. Backline assault from Lukosi, and it's all on him in the 1 versus 3. They're low, sure, but he's got to get a move on. No kit on his person as well. If he wanted to go for it, it'd be such a limited opportunity, and he knows it. Got to just cut it lost, keep the weapon, give this one up. It's the 5th round for G2.
Solid entries there on short, readying the CT setup perfectly. Take down the man boosted up. I believe they knew one was in ladder. Not that it's too much of a readjustment from where they were all aiming anyway. Kazi flashed. Barely missed. But theoretically, that was perfect. And, okay, exits, that's extra money. And if he can get his mitts on the AWP, which he will, that'll be a nice one for Zevi or Art. But it's another round in the back pocket. And that pocket's getting pretty full at this point. 5 on the T side already with the potential for way more. Fluxo might be watching their futures crumble.
very well could be. Those opportunities going to get thinner and thinner the longer this goes on. With our CT side defensive orb, but with no one coming towards B, you're going to have to be fast on your feet. I mean, he's rapid moves. He's getting over towards A, and look at Ozzy with 2, the 5-7. Dividing the numbers for G2, and Zevi allowed to flick up with the USP. The starting pistol makes the world of difference, and Ark looks to end it. Puts the barrel to the head of Heavy God and silences him. A second as well, scopes in to shut it. Fluxo bite back.
That'll be a big swing. Orb still in hand, AK retrievable. Tactical timeout initiated for G2 just to try to figure things out because that did not go as expected. But it was lovely out of Zevi to even get that 2-tap on the Tetris player that was trying to clear him. And then that boost up from Art as well to follow through with the double at the end.
Yeah, I could not believe that one, man. The quick adjustment shot inside Sandwich when he's panicking hits that. Some weird opening shots. Lugosi as well getting off massively with a 5-7. Simple subtraction on the site for him.
Yeah, they were nasty. Both had to be 2-taps at that range with the 5-7. And G2 not given time to react. It was just like the cheeky jiggle tap, right? Dead zoning.
Yeah.
But anyone's half now as we go back to the double AWP setup. See how effective it can be. Art so aggressive over towards Palace, already having himself a line. And potential good map control on the extremity, but it's the other one they got to worry about. That's Zevi. Peeking all the way through apps. And on the re-aggression, G2 not allowed to trade at all. So it's going to be a refrag thereafter, but where do they find it?
Yeah, there's an air of awkwardness on this one as well. SunPayus is looking to make that opening play and find a line of sight with the AWP, but Kai is just on the precipice of potentially pouncing back on him. Zevi already being able to open it up with that first pick. He could be ready for a second. Mattis will test him. They both get information on the fullback and exchange the nade set at one another, but the HE headers him. Ooh, Zevi takes it on the nose, Mac. 50 HP flat.
You can see Mattis holding that, just trying to figure out, you know, crunch the numbers. Where's this HE getting tossed? And it goes to the perfect position. But the problem being, Zevi on the stick is still able to have huge impact no matter how much health you have. Just one shot potential is incredibly high with the AWP, and this A-site defense going to get crunched. Descenti not realizing his little elbows were poking out there on the stairs, and Art trying to fight in this one. Oh, through the ticket booth. Won't be able to connect eventually. But it's posted. Wants to go toe-to-toe with Heavy God. How's his shots, though? Zevi a little sharper, and it's double AWP on the retake in this 2v2.
The left and right speaker booming out the bass right now. Zevi reverberates through the round, and Heavy God is the last one left trying to stop them. Here on this retake, time ticking away, but they've got a decent amount to play with. Utility for Zevi. Switches out to the rifle, wants to be a bit more mobile. Flash in so Art can take the peek. They've got to get towards the site now and force the peek out from Heavy God. They're giving him the 1v1s. Heavy is the hand of the God, and he delivers a backhander, but only to one. Zevi with no time, it'll still be the same outcome. G2 with 6.
Punishing explosion radius doesn't allow the AWP save to cross to the final round of the half here. Actually, there's 2 more. My maths is off today, Jackie. It's okay.
It's all right.
English is off. My maths is off. I'm actually, you know, not looking forward to my report card.
Yeah, peer review from the other teachers. Professor Mike.
Well, I at least brought everyone Tim Tams, so I was hoping that, you know, I'll get a gold star for that, but...
Win them over a little bit. It's a good strategy, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Hello, Mattis. He's warmed up. The barrel is red hot.
Smoking even. After those couple of shots. But are they locked, stocked? That's what the people want to know. And is the Cowsy going to have eyes on the right position? Oh, Hunter cleared and body impacted by that HE. As the T's now just trying to flood onto the site. Kai only good for one with one of the couple of rifles brought to the party. Just swinging around. Madman looking to find him, but he's building the aggression. And Descenti unfortunately goes for the Giga flank. Huge rotation in from Apps. And G2, they are not looking to force the plant. So it does allow the CTs time to make their way a little closer. Head down. Unseen. Unchecked. Just trying to play this one together. Little balaclava poking across the top. Isolated fires. Descenti with the info, but not the shots.
Yeah, unlucky. It was a nice read. Almost felt like he actually did have a window of timing as well of how he played it. They weren't quite watching the angle, but the second he saw a bit of skin, tried to just get the reaction shot off with a 5-7, and it goes down the pan. Unfortunate, but bloody hell, mate. When Art got out on site, that first shot, you could see his heart was pounding in his chest. Like the quick read onto the second. He finds that second normally would have been a very different outcome, but it is what it is. A G2 with 7. Are we getting an 8-4 half out of this? The Cozy top mid straight in with a smoke to shroud it. Hello, SunPayus. He takes damage, but he gets the kill.
Dink for dink. Getting real close in the thick of things, but that MP9 inaccuracy just doesn't hit as hard as the AK. G2 fight for that mid control. And Mirage is their oyster at this point. I don't think Heavy God was close enough to hear that push. And even with that info, they're not going to keep one too aggro. Back towards ramp. Heavy God with the Galil primed and ready. And with Art clearing out all the close lines, it's a misread. They're going to go and stack that B side. It'll be retake with the potential huge disadvantage unless Art can destroy the pressure that's coming through Con, through window. And will he be able to get back to jungle? No, caught in rotation again. It's a recurring theme this series. And now in the 3v5, it's going to be incredibly difficult with just SMGs to make this one happen for Fluxo.
Every fight's so awkward as well. The nade only dealing one single sliver of damage, nothing connecting, nothing gained. But for G2, the prospects are looking good. 8-4 half. Can they lock it down, or will Fluxo come back? Find out after this.
It's been a wild time. The series started primed and ready for yet another ESL Pro League Season 22 upset. Stage 1's been full of them. And it could still happen, but G2 in pole position to close out Mirage. As we jump into the second half, a pistol may solidify that somewhat. But let's see where Fluxo are going. 4 down the middle of the map. Bomb starting to make its way up con, but there is a 3-man setup in A main control. And with those 2 picks or even 3 coming through, Fluxo's hopes and dreams of making it to stage 2 could start to crumble right here.
Oh, it's all slipping away, but they're trying to get a grasp back on it. That's not the way to do it, though, Art. Mother Hen on top of the HG takes 50 damage at his feet. Oh, still alive, though, because Malbs is forced back off the angle. He was looking to try and just split him in half right there with that USP. Art will eventually crumble, and the outcome is still the same. It's mandated G2, another pistol.
Dire scenes, but some crispy shots, and the Samurais awoken. Let's see if the Brazilians can turn this one around. No force will come through. They're playing it patient. They're playing the long game. And Art looking to make a bit of noise here with the Glock towards B apps. Matt is forced back to site. Attention. Not going to be drawn too well. As G2 don't shift the numbers at all.
I mean, this is like the classic enemy down, dude, you know? Just the late slip B bomb. Everyone goes in, like odd time on the clock, just sprint towards A, dump the nades, then just see if you can sneak it. See if it pays off. So far, just wanted to run that clock down, of course, freeze it early, see if G2 starts scratching their heads. If you find Art, though, it could get a little bit more awkward. He throws the bomb into the site and walks away.
Coming to a crumble, coming to a close. Is the 14th round here. Art, long while away. At least he's got a cool knife for his troubles. But that bomb ain't getting planted.
No, dude, I don't think so. It was like a sticky bomb. He had bought the upgrade in spawn, so he was trying to throw it on the bomb site, but he nearly missed.
Well, all the bits and bobs tied up on the pistol rounds. Perfect anti-eco for G2 to put him onto 10. 3 more necessary as Fluxo move to the guns, having almost everything they need and more. No AWPs in play. It's a bit too early for that. But we'll see what they can do with the rifles. Lukowski has had a couple of huge moments this game. And to get Fluxo back into the series, I think his name is going to get called upon again.
Deep incendiary towards ramp side. Heavy Guard got the green M4. Wants to leave his opponents green with envy with the plays that he can make, but it's SunPayus that pays the first bill. Headshot spotted, Luca AZ down and out. So again, Fluxo fighting with 4. Never quite having a full firepower, and they're getting extinguished by Malbs. Good for 2, even taking the fight towards the Senti, close in connector, but he'll rip the head off with a wall bang. Trap though, you're surrounded, calling for backup, and the cavalry might arrive. It's Art at the top to try and stand strong, but it's all on him now. B-site is open, smoke for the cross, they're peppering on it. Ooh, hang on. Is the maneuver going to work? He tries to sell the idea that this is a B play. Double back through the smoke. He's walking out on A, but Heavy God is still here. He won't waver. He won't fall. And Heavy God gets another round.
Intelligent to split him up like that, but just unfortunately for him, Heavy God has turned it on. Malbs too. Thought he was playing with an A4 on that third peak, but he had 2 in the magazine, still trying to fight Con.
Yeah.
Just feeling it. Not looking at the numbers, just looking at his crosshair, and that's what matters sometimes. 11-4. Fluxo, no plant means no extra money moving into this one. And the job gets even more difficult, more extreme. But this time, Lakowski might actually have someone to trade him if they move out towards A together. Art already spotted, and the incend comes in at a good timing. But with the smokes allowed to bloom, that A site is going to be encapsulated. And in come these pistols. SunPayus at the back. A triple is just a distraction. It's Heavy God to mop on up with the A4 from default. Nothing left for Fluxo.
All right. Well, that's what we get. They thought they were going up against the puny guard, but he's shown us the true size and stature.
Give it to us again.
Yeah, I guess.
But look at that. When G2 are feeling themselves, it's all smiles, it's all nice, happy gameplay. And the camp looks good. But we were not getting that at the start of the series.
No, not whatsoever. Ooh, mate. I don't know, dude. They had it at one point, but this ain't it. Very well could be the end here.
G2 were the ones that had to overcome adversity after that map 1 blunder. But it feels like the shoes on the other foot now. Fluxo facing adversity of their own. Boost across the top, but Heavy God sliding into the short side. Can Art even see the top of Malbs here in the con box? Oh. And that'll be the bomb down on the ground. Art needs to try to trade it. There is still 2 members here, and that works out well for them. Bringing it back to the 3v3. Bomb retrieved. But they don't want to risk it by walking into that A site.
Everyone a little bit paranoid about where the next peak's going to come from. You could see Mattis anticipating the fight. And he will get his opportunity to be in the sun once again here in the 17th. Hunter in one foul swoop could end the game, though. He's watching for the cross, ready for single shots. And it's all down to the last T. Walks into SunPayus' crosshair. G2, through trials and tribulations, survive as they do correct the course and close the series here on the 3rd map of Mirage, up against the Fluxo team that gave us some stock to believe, Mac, but just couldn't see it home.
Yeah, gave us